7-11 Part 2 Sports Vlog. Now, this one's going to be a little out of order. I decided to do the first Knicks Cavs game, and then the second one I'm probably going to hold for another sports vlog, also with the Hawks games. But this game is going to be the Knicks at Cavaliers. But first, some highlights from NBA.
Would beat the Cavs at 10-47, right?
Well, it's a basketball game. It's NBA players coming out there, and they have some pride. Knicks get off to a good start, and then there you see Carmelo Anthony dunking the basketball.
The new Cavaliers not there yet. Baron Davis, Samir Den, and Luke Herringody not playing. Presumably they'll play in the next game for the Cavs. Ramon Sessions beats the buzzer at the end of the half, timed the game at 53, and then Amari Stoudemire puts J.J. Hickson on a poster.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Both of those guys had great games. New York by 3, Carmelo Anthony and 1.
That's what he does best. I mean, one dribble, first step. He's quick, he's strong. He scores that basketball. Give J.J. Hickson a lot of credit. Going to his offhand, the left hand, he even had to smile about that one.
24 and 15 and a career high 5 blocks for J.J. Hickson. Then Antoine Jamison hits the 3. He had 28 and 13. Cavs by 5. Knicks in transition stack. Chauncey Billups had 20 of his 26 points in the fourth quarter.
I mean, this is a big shot. He's gonna make big shots for this team down the stretch. You don't have to put so much concentration on Melo and Amari because he can make big shots as well.
Chauncey Billups finger rolling at home on Ramon Sessions. All 26 points in the second half for Chauncey.
He has that capability. He can score. When you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, this was a big 3 by Daniel Boobie Gibson. You can see the crowds going crazy.
What's up with that haircuts, man? He's too old to have them lines in
his haircut is going crazy, too.
Come on, man. He's too old to have them lines in your head.
Carmelo Anthony takes the bump right here. He would go, I agree with you guys, by the way. He would go to the free throw line and miss, and trying to get the rebound, he fouls out of the game. Ramon Sessions would go to the line, and Austin Carr loved it.
You can't swallow good, can you?
And he is what, partner? Where's he going?
Where's he going? To the bench.
He fouled out.
Get the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. What you say?
Now, the video doesn't mention for the Cavs, Ramon Sessions killed the Knicks with 22 points, unfortunately. Anthony Parker killed the Knicks with 16 points. Melo had also, for his second game with the Knicks, had 27 points again. Landry Fields had 11 points. For the Keys, the Cavs grabbed a lot of rebounds. They grabbed about 62 rebounds, and that's another key for the Knicks. The Knicks are out-rebounded 62-42. That's not good. The Cavs are really not a big team, but they still out-rebounded with players like Antoine Jamison, who was a small forward who can play the power. J.J. Hickson, who was a power forward who can play the center. And then you got some guy named Samuels or some guy that was out. The Knicks were basically getting dominated on the boards. That's all you need to know. And the Cavs also made big shots when the Knicks couldn't make big shots. Daniel Gibson's 3, as you saw in the video, propelled the Cavs to pick up this victory. Keys for the Knicks, they missed clutch free throws. They shot 71% from the field. Blame Melo for this as well. Melo missed a few free throws, and he fouled out, unfortunately. The Knicks need all of their stars to stay out of foul trouble, and they couldn't get it done. But now, going out of order, I'm going to talk about the Hornets at Knicks game now. But first, some highlights from NBA.com.
No question, the Knicks have been a much improved team offensively with the addition of Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups. Wednesday night, though, their firepower reduced a little with Billups sitting with a thigh bruise. Tony Douglas getting the start in his place, and also Jared Jeffries just acquired off waivers. A New York Knick once again. The Hornets trying to dodge their 6th straight loss in the series. Tony Douglas heating up from the start. Hornets respond. Trevor Ariza rising up with the jam. Carmelo Anthony, yes, in a Knicks uniform, still a monster. Gets to the cup there. Second quarter now. Amari Stoudemire, have some of that, sir. 24 points on the night for him. Melo says, I'll take some of that as well. Hoop and the harm, he'd make the free throw. Ronnie Turioff with the block. And then he's going to finish on the other end. Turioff, one of those hustle guys you need on your team. 12-point lead for the home team, and there's Chris Paul, his first points of the game. He's been struggling here lately, especially the last 2 games. 5 of 22 from the field, totaling 13 points. Melo, meanwhile, gets the strip. Knicks off and running. Guess who? Tony Douglas, a man possessed on this night. 59-46, Chris Paul off the front eye. CP3, as hot as ice. 2 of 7 from the field, just 4 points. Knicks, meanwhile, hitting on all cylinders. Sean Williams, tough lay-in, 16 off the bench for him. The Melo man, buckets. 22 points for him. First time in 5 games as a Knick, he scored less than 25. Didn't play in the fourth quarter, though. There's Quincy Pondexter. He was present in the fourth. Just ask Mari Stoudemire and Jared Jeffries there, who just got yanked on. Pondexter, career-high 14 points. Knicks, though, too hot to hold, too much to handle. There's Douglas. Free me, please. 24 points for him. 4 of 6 from long range. Hornets have now lost 12 of 16.
Now for the Hornets, the video doesn't mention that David West had 16 points. Chris Paul, even though he had 10 assists, he had a dismal 4 points. He couldn't get it going either. That's the key for the Hornets. Another key for the Hornets is that they shot too many threes. They only shot 21% when they were 3 for 14. You're not the Knicks. At least the Knicks sometimes know how to shoot a bad percentage from deep, but they know how to still pick the win. And for the Knicks, the video doesn't mention that Landry Fields had 10 points. Sean Williams had 16 points off the bench. Keys for the Knicks, Tony Douglas, Amari Stoudemire, and Carmelo Anthony combined for 70 points. That is a big contribution, especially when Chauncey Billups was injured, as you're going to see in part 3 of the Florida road trip for the Knicks. Great defense led to the Hornets shooting all these threes, and they missed. And also, they held Chris Paul. They contained Chris Paul. That's one of the keys for the game that MSG mentioned. They needed to contain Chris Paul's dishing and his prolific scoring. And they did one of those, the prolific scoring. His dishing is not really going to kill you. His prolific scoring, everyone knows, is. The Knicks made this game also a track meet, 18 fast break points. Again, they utilized Mike D'Antoni's offense pretty well. And basically, this sums up this sports book. So it's the BX Ball, part 2. Check out part